Greetings children. Today I have brought you a wonderful poem. The name of the poem is Meadow Surprises. It is for class 7 Cbse students. Have you ever visited a meadow? Do you know what's a meadow? A meadow is a grassy land. Sometimes it is filled with some trees or plants or bushes. The poet invites us to go and experience the surprises a meadow can give us. It's a wonderful poem. He finds a lot of surprises in a meadow, and the only one condition he puts forward to enjoy the wonders in a meadow, that is, we should have a keen eye and a sharp ear to watch and listen these things. Now let us go to the poem. Look at the poem. Meadow Surprises. Walk across a green field, a park, or even under a clump of trees, and you will notice many wonderful things. What are some of the surprises a meadow has for someone with a keen eye and a sharp ear? Come to the poem. Meadows have surprises. You can find them if you look. Walk softly through the velvet grass and listen by the brook. You may see a butterfly rest upon a buttercup and unfold its drinking straws to sip the nectar up. You may scare a rabbit who is sitting very still, though at first you may not see him. When he hops, you will. A dandelion whose fussy head was golden days ago has turned to airy parachutes. The flutter, when you blow, explore the meadow houses, the burrows in the ground, a nest beneath the tall grasses, the ants' amazing mound. Oh, meadows have surprises and many things to tell. You may discover these yourself if you look and listen well. Written by Lois Brand Phillips. Now let us understand this poem. Meadows have surprises. Look at the picture of a meadow. This meadow has some surprises in it. You can find them if you look. If you look in a proper way, you can find the surprises in the meadow. This is what the poet tells us. You can find them if you look. Walk softly through the velvet grass. The first benefit of a meadow is you can walk softly through the velvet grass. Look at the adjective used for grass. It is velvet grass, so soft like velvet. You can walk softly through the velvet grass and listen by the brook. Look at the brook. It always sings. If you have a sharp ear, you can Listen the song of the brook. Listen by the brook. Stand by the brook. Stand near the brook. You can listen. You can listen the music of the brook. That is what the poet says. These are the surprises he wants to tell us. You may see a butterfly rest upon a buttercup. Look at the beautiful picture here. A butterfly sits upon a buttercup and unfolds its drinking straws. It is unfolding its antenna, that is the drinking straw. Like we human use the drinking straws for sipping our juice, these butterflies using their drinking straws to sip the nectar up. Nectar here means the honey of flowers. They come and they sip up the nectar. These are surprises of meadow. That is what the poet showing us. Come to the next. You may scare a rabbit on the way without your knowledge. You may scare a rabbit. You may come across a rabbit sitting there. You may scare a rabbit on the way who is sitting very still. He is doing his own job, that sitting in the grass, and your presence makes it a scareful being. Though at first you may not see him, you may not notice him because it sits in the grass. And when he hops, you will. And when it starts hopping, you will see it. Then only you find a rabbit in the meadow. That is another surprise the poet tells us. You know the word hop? Look at the different synonyms of hop. Skip, bounce, trip, lollop. All these have the same meaning of hopping, jumping and running. Come to the next stanza. A dandelion whose fussy head. You know what is a dandelion? Look at the picture. Yes, with a fussy head. The dandelion with a fussy head. Fussy head here means with a over decorative head. This word has several other meanings. Let us check what are the other meanings of this fussy. The synonyms of fussy are frilly, ornate, over elaborate or over decorative. Look at this human head. We can call this as a fussy head. A frilly hair. And look at this cock with fussy head and dandelion with the fussy head. Was golden days ago has turned to airy parachutes. A dandelion whose fussy head was golden days ago has turned to airy parachute that flutter when you blow. Yes, when you blow a dandelion, that has turned to an airy parachute. Like a parachute, the dandelion flutter in the air, that float in the air, that fly in the air. Look at the last line of the stanza. That flutter when you blow. When you blow air A dandelion. It started fluttering in the air. Let us check some of the synonyms of this word flutter. Look at the word flutter. Its synonyms are fly, flap, or fluster. The root word from which this word flutter comes from float. Float is the root word from which flutter originates. Look at some meanings of flutter. To flap the wings rapidly. For example, butterflies fluttering among the flowers. Fluttering means beating their wings. That is the meaning. That is the first meaning of flutter. And that meaning is here in this poem. Come to the second meaning. To move with quick, wavering or flapping motion. Same meaning. A sail fluttering in the wind. Quick, wavering motion. We can call it flapping motions. Sometimes ship or sail fluttering in the wind. To vibrate in irregular spasms. Example, his heart fluttered. It indicates vibrate irregularly. Next meaning is to move about or behave in an agitated, aimless manner. To move around a place in an aimless manner. Look at the example. She nervously fluttered around the office. As a transitive verb, we use it as to cause to flutter, to cause to beat the wings. Example, the bird was fluttering its wings. The bird was fluttering its wings. So this is the word we have to give a special attention to. Flutter means, simple meaning is fly or flap or fluster. Come back to the poem. That flutter when you blow. A dandelion started fluttering when you take it in your hand and blow it with the air from your mouth. We can give special attention to the word blow also. Let us check the meaning of blow. When we use this word related with the air, its meanings are to move with the speed or force. To move with the speed or force. Example, the wind was blowing. The wind was blowing. The wind was moving with the speed or moving with a force. Second meaning is to send forth a current of air, especially from mouth. To send forth current of air. Example, don't blow on your soup. Sometimes our parents give us this instruction. Don't blow on your soup. Third meaning is something different from the usual blow. That is boast. Boasting. Example, blowing about his accomplishments. He is a man who always blows about his accomplishments. Accomplishments means what he has done. He always boasting about it. Second, to talk in an empty or boastful way. That is blowing. To set gas or vapor in motion. In that sense also we use the word blow. Example, the fan blew hot air on us. This is the first form of blow, blew. So, a dandelion whose fuzzy head was golden days ago has turned to airy parachutes, the flutter, that flutter when you blow. These are simple surprises that meadows kept for us. We have to go there and explore these things, the poet says. Come to the second page. Explore the meadow houses. Then the poet tells us, go and explore. Explore here means find out these meadow houses. What are these meadow houses? Look at them. The burrows in the ground. Look at the human-made burrow. Like that, so many burrows we can find in a meadow. The burrow of a rat, a snake, and so many little animals live in such burrows. Even a rabbit we can see. A nest beneath tall grasses. Another house in the meadow. A nest beneath the tall grasses. Look at the nest with a few eggs in it. Then the ants' amazing mound. Next meadow house is the ants' amazing mound. Mound here means the ant hills. Look at the ant hills here. Like this, so many surprising things, so many wonderful things you can see in a meadow. Come to the last stanza. Oh, meadows have surprises and many things to tell. Yes, these meadows have so many surprises in its stock and many things to tell you. You may discover these yourself, but you have to discover by yourself. And the poet says, if you look and listen well, there is a condition. If you look and listen well, look at the look and listen. He gives some emphasis here. Well, which means if you look them with the keen eyes and sharp ears, you can see, you can listen all these things. Poem is written by Lois Brandt Phillips. Now, working with the poem. Read the lines in which the following phrases occur. Then discuss with your partner the meaning of each phrase in the context. First one, velvet grass. Velvet grass here means the smooth and soft grass on the meadows. Second one is drinking straws, the antenna of the butterflies. They use this antenna to sip the nectar from the flowers. The poet calls it the drinking straws. Third, meadow houses. So many meadow houses are there in a meadow. Like the burrows, and a nest, and ants' mounds and hills. All these are meadow houses. Then amazing mound. Amazing mound here means the amazing nest of the ants, the ant hills. Then fussy head, the decorative head of the dandelions. All these are surprises for us in the meadow. Come to the second question. Which line in the poem suggests that you need a keen eye and a sharp ear to enjoy a meadow? Read aloud the stanza that contains this line. It is the last stanza. Come here. You may discover these yourself if you look and listen well. If you look and listen well, which means if you have a keen eye and sharp ears, you can see and listen all these surprises of the meadow. Come to the next question. Find pictures of the kinds of birds, insects and scenes mentioned in the poem. Like what we see in the explanation part of the poem, you too collect pictures of the things, the birds, the animals and everything and paste it in your notebook. Question number 4. Watch a tree or a plant or walk across a field or park at the same time every day for a week. This is a project for you. You have to go to a field or you have to watch a tree or a plant every day at the same time for a week. Then keep a diary of what you see and hear. Write everything in a diary. What you see there and what you hear there. At the end of the week, write a short paragraph or a poem about your experiences. Then you write a paragraph or make a simple small poem about your experiences. Put your writing up on the class bulletin board. Then paste the poem in the class bulletin board. Read the following poem about the world of nature, which is as busy as the world of human beings. A simple poem for your enjoyment. Busy world. Bees are buzzing, frogs are hopping, moles are digging. There is no stopping for anything. They are always doing their work. Bees are buzzing, frogs are hopping, and moles are digging. Vines from climbing, grass from growing, birds from singing, winds from blowing. No stopping for anything. Buds from blooming, bees are humming, sunbeams are dancing, raindrops drumming. All the world is whirling dizzy. Summertime is very busy. So the summer is so busy. Everything is busy in their own world. Like the buds, they are slowly blooming out. The bees are always humming. The sunrays that are dancing and coming. And the raindrops, they are drumming when they fall. All the world is whirling dizzy. Summertime is very busy. It's a poem by Francis Gorman Riser. Children, this is a very simple poem but interesting. The poet wants us to look with our full-heartedness, with a keen eye and sharp ears. We can also enjoy the nature. That is what the poet wants to convey through this poem. I hope you would like this poem very well, and for more poems like this, subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Thank you.